Welcome to a hopefully limited edition remote roams vlog where I go solo. So George is getting his passport renewed back in New York in the US. And if you follow our TikTok or Instagram, you'll know all about that, about him running out of pages. So while he does that, I've done a quick solo trip to Puerto Escondido. I've never been here before, it's my first time, and I've heard lots of things about Puerto before. Some people love it, they think it's the best place on earth. Some people don't. This morning, after I get ready, I will take you guys out with me on a little morning walk, coffee run, and check out the neighborhood that I'm in right now. So the first thing I noticed about Puerto actually is that it's actually pretty big and spread out. Like, it's not a tiny town. It has three kind of main neighborhoods. There's La Punta, which is the kind of big tourist core. And then there's Zicatela, which is where I'm staying right now, which is a little bit more residential, a little bit quieter, but still there's tourists, there's hotels, there's businesses, etc. And then there's Centro and the rest of the neighborhoods that are near the airport, which are more local. So that's the overall layout of Puerto Escondido. So in terms of getting around, if you're staying within your neighborhood, like if I'm just staying within Zicatela or La Punta, it's very easy to walk around. The issue is when you're trying to go from neighborhood to neighborhood, you'll either want your own bike, which you can rent, or ATV, also available for rentals. Or you can take collectivos, which are like shared minibuses. My first impression, at least, of getting around is that it's been pretty easy to do without having my own transportation. So I'm going to go for a walk in my neighborhood, which is Zicatela, and you'll get to see what it's like. The sun is out, but it's not too crazy quite yet, which is nice. I can actually see the beach from the street that I'm walking to, and it looks gorgeous. But I have been told that you can't swim here in Zicatela because the rip currents are too crazy. So I'm just walking along the Zicatela waterfront area right now. I think this street has some restaurants and cafes and stuff. So hopefully I'll find a place with some coffee. Okay, I've seen two people so far with coffee cups in their hands, so there's hope. This road seems to have all your basics, like pharmacy, convenience store, beach shops, bike rental, ATV rentals, etc. Oh, tours, of course. Gotta get some tours. Okay, I think I found a good place. It is definitely a touristy place. It's tourist priced, but it looks like it's going to have good coffee. Thank you. Hello. Okay, I got my coffee. Let's keep walking. How cute! I got a little flower. It's a little milky for my taste, but it's not bad. Okay, the sun is now officially out. Like, just in the time that I left the house, got coffee, and have been walking around, I feel like the sun strength just went up a lot. So it looks like I'm reaching the end of this kind of walking street of Zicatela. It looks like there's a bay at this end. There's a bunch of boats in it, and some kind of stair structure. I'm not sure what that is. The hat is out. The sun is out. I think I need to go hide and maybe get some breakfast or something because it is hot. So there's a few restaurants open on this street right now, but this one, El Cafecito, looks like it's more crowded than all of the restaurants combined. There's a line of at least 20 people outside right now. I will not be going there right now because I am way too hot to wait in line outside, but maybe this is worth checking out. Obviously, it is very hot and sunny right now, but I do like how a lot of these streets are shaded. So there's still lots of space for people to walk in the shade, which is nice. Also, I didn't know this before coming, but a lot of the streets are kind of uphill, downhill. So you do get a little bit of a glute workout walking around. I am back in the safety of my room, and it is nice and cool in here. So yeah, that was my morning walk of Zicatela. I'm going to head to a cafe right now and do some work. So while I pack up my work stuff, my laptop and everything, quick note about Wi-Fi. It's been pretty good. I have Starlink, I believe, in this co-living, and my phone eSIM has been working pretty well. I think I have LTE, so not 5G, but it's fine, it works. The Starlink has worked well, and I think there's a couple of restaurants, cafes, etc. that I've been to that also had Wi-Fi available. So I don't think the Wi-Fi situation is bad here. A couple years ago, when I first heard about Puerto Escondido, I was told that the Wi-Fi here is unstable and not good for working, but I think they've made improvements since then. Okay, the sun is going to set in about 30 to 40 minutes. So it is a lot cooler right now. It's a really nice breeze, and I'm going to take a walk down the beach and check out La Punta. So this part of the beach, that's Zicatela, is not crowded at all. There's people here, but you won't be fighting for space on the sand. Also, the water's actually really nice. It's not cold. So the closer I'm getting to La Punta, the more crowded the beach is getting. So I've made it to La Punta Beach. So this is the part of the beach where people are surfing. There's kind of two lines, I guess. There's the beginner line and then the pro line, which is in the back. And the sun is setting behind them. It's just so gorgeous right now. So the sun's down now. I'm going to go check out La Punta. So it looks like there's one main street with a bunch of restaurants, shops, and bars and souvenir stores and stuff on it, which is pretty standard for a beach town. A lot of beach towns have like one main street with most of the businesses on them. That's it for me for tonight. I will be back tomorrow for some more Puerto adventures. Good morning. I'm checking out a few more things today before I make my final Puerto first impressions verdict. So everyone in my co-living loves the Mercado Zicatela, so I'm gonna go check it out. Usually Mexican markets have groceries, but also kind of like a food court area, and the food's pretty good. So I'm excited to see what they have. I haven't seen a whole lot of food stands, like stands just on the street selling tacos, tamales, etc. So I think this might be a good place to get some local food. I'm in the market. It does look like it's set up like most other Mexican markets. There's like a grocery section, a household stuff, clothes, shoes, etc. And then there's like a restaurant section that's kind of like a food court. It looks like a lot of stuff is closed right now because it's kind of early. It's like 9 in the morning. Ooh, this bread smells amazing. Okay, I can see why everyone likes this place so much now. Lots of fresh produce, and a lot of local ingredients and products and stuff. Like I didn't see any imported stuff in terms of groceries. It was a lot of like Oaxacan cheese and like local honey and all that. A lot of it is obviously for tourists because it all says like vegan and organic and all that. Like it is marketed to the gringos, but overall seems like a really good market. It kind of feels like take Whole Foods, mash it up with the Mexican market, and then don't charge a whole paycheck. So, yeah. Also, the back of the market, which is kind of the food court area, faces the ocean. Let's check out the restaurants. I'm not super hungry, but I do want to see what they have. I can definitely see why everyone likes that market so much. Definitely a great place to get groceries and also local food. I think all the restaurants looked pretty similar. They all had the same type of menu of like Mexican diner classics, like chilaquiles, eggs, enchiladas, etc. If I want local food, I will definitely be going back there. All right, good morning. Today I am trying out a surf lesson. So surfing is one of the biggest activities to do here in Puerto, and it's originally why Puerto was kind of put on the map. Like it started just as a surf town. So obviously I have to try at least one surf session to see what it's like. My class is going to be right here in La Punta, which is where I came for sunset a couple days ago. I don't see a lot of waves right now. It's super calm, but maybe in like 10-15 minutes when my class actually starts, the waves will pick up. So this is my surf school. Okay, I look a little rough because I'm salty and sunscreeny, but I just got back from surfing. It was really fun, really nice. The waves are more powerful than they are in Lombok, at least for the beginners, but it was really fun. So overall, good surf session. Okay, so I just came to a different neighborhood in Puerto, and this one's called Rinconada. And there's a beach here that's called Carrizalillo. So I just went to go check it out. It's a really pretty beach. It's like in a bay, and you have to take a big staircase down to it. It was super crowded, obviously, because it's Saturday. And even though it's kind of cloudy, like people are beaching. So I just went to check that beach out. Just because it was so crowded, I didn't sit or anything. But I wanted to come to this neighborhood and check out another beach and check out another area just so I could round out my review of Puerto. Gracias! And then after my little beach trip, I sat down at El Cafecito, which is the super crowded restaurant. There's a couple locations of them, but every single one is always crowded. This one had a semi-small-ish line. I only waited like 10 minutes or so. I got a chocolate oaxaqueño, which is hot chocolate mixed with, I think, water. You can also get it with milk, but I got water. And I also got chilaquiles because they are my fave. But oh my god, so good. First impressions of Puerto so far. I actually really like it. I like it a lot better than I thought I would, honestly, because I had heard that it became too westernized, it didn't feel authentic anymore, blah, 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 blah. And yes, it is definitely very tourist friendly, it's very gentrified, and it is more expensive than maybe going to other spots in Mexico, like Mexico City or Oaxaca City, it's not nearly as touristy as the tourist beach towns in Quintana Roo, like Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Cancun, obviously the most notorious of them all. And honestly, I haven't even seen any like chain restaurants here, like Senor Frogs or like the Hard Rock Cafe, which are kind of the bastions of like overly touristy places. I like that in the touristy areas of La Punta and Zicatela at least are walkable. I can just walk around, or I can take really quick collectivos or taxis. The food scene's pretty good in terms of like having different restaurants you can choose from. There's healthy food, there's acai bowls, there's breakfast foods, there's Mexican food. There's not as much Mexican street food, like in terms of taco stands and things like that, that I would like. Activities, there's surfing, obviously. There's multiple beaches you can go to. There's not necessarily a million things to do, but it's also kind of nice because then you don't feel overwhelmed trying to do them all. So who is Puerto perfect for? Definitely the original people who kind of put Puerto on the map, which is surfers and backpackers. And now I can definitely say digital nomads too, because the internet and power has been working great. I had heard before coming here that there was lots of internet outages and like power outages and all that, and I haven't seen any at all. I haven't seen that really be an issue. A lot of places have Starlink. There's multiple co-livings, co-workings, and cafes with Wi-Fi. And for digital nomads, there's pretty much everything you would need to live here long term. There's grocery stores, there's gyms, community events, all that. Families, I don't think so. I don't think there's really that much to do for kids unless your family is really into surfing, your kids want to learn how to surf. There's not a ton of kid-friendly activities outside of just the beach. Yeah, overall, I really like it. So if you like this type of video, go ahead and give this a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later. Bye. Oh my God, special guest appearance.
Hello.
You made it.
I know, I'm finally here.
Okay, so we speed ran basically all of Puerto in like the last 2 days. You went to 2 beaches, ate street food, went to the market, went to La Punta. Mm-hmm. What's your first impressions of Puerto?
It's way warmer than New York. Also, I was in Playa del Carmen for a few days before getting here, and it was colder there, so way warmer than Playa. A lot quieter. The beach is really, really nice. Definitely bigger and more spread out than I thought. I thought it was all going to be completely walkable, but I am seeing now we are taking taxis and stuff around. So yeah, definitely a bigger city than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and as a town, I think we like staying here way better than we would like staying in like
anywhere else.
In like Playa del Carmen or Tulum or anything.
Definitely bigger, but not as touristy. Like it still has like a nice, quiet, beachy vibe for the most part, depending what area you're in.
It doesn't feel as over touristed as like Quintana Roo.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like it.
Yeah. All right, that's it for our first impressions of Puerto Escondido, and we'll catch you in our next video. Bye.